Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking about why I get very angry sometimes. And one of the reasons I get angry sometimes is because I'm trying so hard to focus on things, but I'm not able to focus on things. I'm not able to do things which I want to prioritize because I always take the easy route. Now, what is the way out of this miserable situation which I've got myself into? I'm going to tell you 10 things, and I made notes today. So, number one thing you should do more of is do more boring activities. A boring activity could mean something like leaving your home without your phone and going out for a walk, driving your car without any music or podcast, using your toilet without a cell phone. Our brain is so wired all the time to think and rethink and reassess that the natural course of boredom has taken a back seat. Boredom is a sign of intelligence, and monkeys also get bored. So the second activity I think you should do more of is working out, because when you work out, and I've made notes, sorry, so I'm going to look here. So much of blood and dopamine flows through your mind that you will feel the need to dedicate the remainder of your time, your post-workout time, to more fruitful things that will give you more happiness on that same level versus watching Netflix, versus just sleeping, versus drinking booze, versus eating French fries. So when you work out, I think it requires a dedication, a kind of, boredom, a kind of seeing things through, And had I not worked out today, I would just be in a miserable rut, which would make me more angry, and I would try to focus, but I wouldn't have been able to focus. And probably this video would not have resulted had I not worked out today. So you do things which will add or aid your life versus doing things just semi-hearted. Recommendation is vegetarianism. Are you aware that when you have non-veg food, your body requires more resources to break down the food because it is flesh it is eating and consuming, and flesh takes more resources for you to break down and actually get rid of. So the decomposing process for vegetarianism is a lot cleaner and smoother versus non-vegetarianism. And when your body is actually feeling tired, it is undoubtedly affecting your psyche also. So considering taking out vegetarianism for a bit, I am maybe 10 days or 12 days into vegetarianism, and honestly, I can't immediately pinpoint and say, I'll be lying if I can pinpoint and say something like, okay, this is what I've noticed, but generally speaking, I think you'll have a higher energy level if you avoid that chicken, just saying. Losing weight can also help you focus more because, again, just to maintain that level of fat and muscle and extra weight, it takes a really real toll on your respiratory organ. If you speak with overweight people, they often breathe from their mouth because they don't know how to breathe properly. Whereas us people who work out, we know how to breathe properly and to be able to focus. So consider losing weight. This could help you focus on certain things versus focusing on biological things such as such as respiration. You'll have more energy to focus on other things if you lose weight. Turn off notifications that are unwanted on your phone. And I think every single notification that you think is important is probably not. So ask yourself if having that Amazon notification of your product delivery is essential. Ask yourself if wanting to know when the next sale is on is essential. Ask yourself if a message from your best friend is essential. Ask yourself if your message from your wife telling you about how she's feeling, or from your girlfriend about how she's feeling, is essential. Ask yourself if that message from your mom as to your whereabouts is essential. These are important questions, and you have to be selfish with your time. I've noticed people who are not selfish with their time are often the kind of people who get nothing done. So you got to be more. How do I say it? You have to be more purpose-driven. Every Sunday I keep my phone off sometimes for a whole full day, and I challenge myself to read a book, because by keeping that phone off for one full day, I'm able to focus and stay away from screen time, stay away from the attention warp that is my cell phone. And I know you're probably watching this on YouTube right now, but do you really need YouTube notifications on your phone? I think Kanwar Anand will be fine if you don't immediately click on my videos or immediately click on my live streams. I promise you I'll be fine. I'll do just fine. There'll be just enough people with their notifications on, even if 20% of you were to do that. But be more purposeful with your time. That was the word I was looking for. Unwanted notifications and Instagram notifications about how many likes your post got, and Instagram telling you, oh, it has 50 likes, and how you feel good about it. These are little dopamine hacks which we don't really need in our life. So consider getting rid of these unwanted notifications. That was number 5. Number 6, this is very important and very difficult. I haven't done it, but hey man, here goes. Make a list of everything in your life and put it in 2 columns. This is what I want and this is what I don't want. That tie which you haven't worn in 3 years, do you really want it or you do not want it? That friend who always says good things and then ends it up with a nasty thing, do you really want him or her in your life or you don't want it? That ex-girlfriend you've kept touch with despite all of these years passing by, do you really think she's doing justice to your present life or is she not? That friend of yours who's always crying about his woes and you listen to his woes thinking that, wow man, his life is more mess than mine is. Do you really need him in your life? You don't need him in your life. That little photograph book which you have, from your school days, do you really need that or you do not need that? So if you get rid of things which you don't actually need, what that'll do is it'll take away from somewhere we know where we put everything in our life, and that is taking a part of our cognitive skill. That is taking from our cognitive memory. So we got to unclog the system and try to reassess if you really need those things in your life. For example, I have 8 laptops. Nobody needs 8 laptops. I tell myself, oh, I'm going to use it for work and all that, but I don't need those 8 laptops. And the constant worrying about those 8 laptops and where they are kept, and it's just not worth it. I might as well sell all of them, get some money. Let's assume I get 1.5 lakhs. And probably just keep that in my bank account versus just wanting to have them out. So getting rid of things, shoes that you don't need, it'll be very liberating. So do make this list if you can. When you wake up, avoid the phone for 1 hour. If you look at your phone 1 hour upon waking, somewhere you are telling your brain or signaling to your brain that your own life situation waking up is not important. But your life is all about the WhatsApp and the he said and the she said and the messages about somebody who owes you money or the news of the world. You don't need to know that, buddy. When you wake up, your brain is in a state of theta. And theta brain does not need you to infiltrate it with these useless remonstrations. What is that? Okay, I messed up with the word. You fill in the word, okay, which I'm trying to say right now. I'm not perfect, dude. But I don't care. I'm going to put it anyway. So avoid the cell phone when you wake up for 1 hour, and you will notice you are a lot more. You will have a lot less anxiety. Less anxiety means a lot better focus. More focus means a better attention span, and you'll feel a bit more calmer about things in general. Number 8. I don't have the book here. It's kept somewhere there, but read the book Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. I'm going to link it in the description. If you hit on the link and buy it, it helps the channel out, so consider doing that. Number 9, Masturbation and Porn. Masturbation. Moving your dick up and down, Moving your penis while watching porn or Instagram. If you allow for yourself to do this, I think it makes Netflix and spending time on Instagram seem completely civil. So notice what you are doing, because if you go down this dreaded path, let's assume it's 12 p.m. You're like, hey man, let's take a quick wank. Your entire day, you will notice, will go downhill. And you'll have less attention to do the correct things, but you'll have more intention to do the wrong things, like order that burger, like have those French fries, like watch Netflix, like go. You know what I'm talking about, guys. You're intelligent. So reconsider how much time you want to spend on masturbation and porn. If not, take it out completely, and notice the effect it has on your psyche, because your psyche is what keeps you sane. Number 10 is optional. So if you think that this could help you, but please note, we spend so much time talking about ourselves, but with certain people, we have to ask those people how they are doing. So if you have a friend of yours who is one of your best friends, who you think is more intelligent than you, every once a week, call that friend up and have a conversation with him and ask him questions about his life. And don't talk about what you're doing and what you've been up to on your woes, but show some real interest in your friend's life. Your friend will also, your friend who's generally on a better, or you assume is on a better scale than you of understanding wealth, everything. Your friend who's somewhere a bit more sorted than you, and a much nicer person than you. Ask him how he is doing or she is doing, and spend more time with that person. And this could give you a good reflection access or self-reflection access. Do more boring stuff, like driving without any music and going to the toilet without your phone. Number 2, work out more so that you get more dopamine to do the right stuff. Number 3, give vegetarianism a chance. Number 4, lose weight for your respiratory system. Number 5, turn off unwanted notifications on your phone. Very important. Number 6, very difficult, but make a list of all things in your life that exist. Let's assume you make 50 things or 50 people or things or situations in your life that exist, and you make a column what you want, what you don't want. Number 7, avoid using your phone for 1 hour upon waking. This will help your theta brain relax and will generally increase your cognitive flow. Number 8, read the book I mentioned with the link in the description. Number 9, reassess masturbation and porn. Is it helping you? And what it's doing to you? You need to be mindful of that, and intentional and purpose driven. Number 10, optional, but if you have a friend of yours whom you consider somewhat better than you, and you're happy about the fact that he exists, then call him up, ask him how he's doing at least once a week. Make sure you do it on a more often basis. I hope these were helpful. I will see you if I do, when I do. And until that time, I hope you guys like this mic. It's new. It's kind of a bit janky, but I hope you're able to hear me better and my words are actually appealing to your better senses. Peace.